Hello Pisces, this is going to be your new moon reading for August 30th. And this new moon is going to fall in Virgo. So we're going to have a lot of really cool moments of wanting to detail and get into those daily schedules, all those things that Pisces does not love to do. So, unless you have some sort of like Virgo rising or something, I'm guessing that this might be a little bit foreign feeling and even uncomfortable at times. But the resilience of Pisces and that ability to be flexible will come in handy around this Virgo new moon. And it's supposed to be really good for all signs. So I definitely think it'll be good, even though you may not want to do all that health checkup, physicals, checking your daily health regimen and the details and daily schedules that come along. And it's kind of a slower earth energy that comes along with that Virgo. It's that pentacle energy. All right, we've got your commitment is being tested. Wow, that's pretty powerful. That's a powerful statement, Pisces, I'm going to say. Your commitment is being tested. So what does this mean? This is kind of like that first quarter moon where we're starting to gain that momentum, but we're just not all the way there yet. And the commitment is being tested is going to ask you to check what you believe, right? Because that's what commitment is. We commit to what we believe in, we commit to what we love, and we commit to our responsibilities. So in one of those areas, Pisces, I almost said Aries Pisces. It's been a long day. My hands are all jacked up, in fact, because I had to do a break job between Aquarius and this reading. So your commitment is being tested. And it's really important to just check in with some of these areas where you do have commitment. And if you're feeling tested, what does that make you feel? Whenever we're feeling tested, it's because we have some kind of an emotional response to it. And we're either really worried or we're not believing anymore. Something around commitment is going to be right alongside belief and faith, right? Because we don't usually commit to something we don't believe in. It's not something that's typical. So let's get a few more cards and see what's going on. Also, I'll be posting the monthly readings for every sign right around this full moon for September. So definitely come back and check and see if some of these energies are going to give us like clearer definition or if they're going to continue on through September. It'd be a good idea to come back. If you hit the subscribe and bell button below, that will ensure that you get all these videos and it spreads the word. I'm brand new on YouTube and I'm hoping to get the word out and share all this passion and get some awesome conversations and learning and experiences going on. That one wants to come out, so we're just going to take it. This is silly. If you watch all of my readings, which I don't know why anybody would watch all the signs, but hey, maybe you do that. If you watch, and I would love if you do that. I love that. If you watch them all, this comes up more than 3 times, I believe. So this is going to be just an energy for the collective, right? When you see a card over and over and over again, that's going to be that current energy. So let's just start there. With your commitment being tested, that may feel really challenging to you. Okay, Pisces, it's not going to feel good when something you believe in is being tested. And it may even make you feel a little bit defensive. Okay, because this card, and this is so synchronistic that I love it. I love it. This card right here is the Hierophant in traditional tarot. So what is the Hierophant? Well, he's asking you, what do you believe? What's this? Your commitment is being tested. What did I say 30 seconds before I dealt these? What do you believe? So you're going to feel a challenge around this, and however you react to this is going to play out for you. And it's going to be different for every Pisces watching, right? This could be over some work for some Pisces. This could be a relationship for some Pisces. This could be a creative endeavor for some Pisces. Some Pisces could be, moving or wanting to move, and that commitment's being tested. Right? There's so many things that can come out of this, and because it's a general reading, Pisces, it's going to apply to something. Something that you're committed to is going to be tested. And, this always asks you, what do you believe? This clearly asks you, what do you believe? So We're going to pop on over to the 6, and I don't know if you want to see this other synchronicity. Maybe you already saw it when I dealt it, but it's 5, 6, 7. So you're moving forward. Whatever it is, you're building into something. The momentum's gaining, right? We've got challenging times, giving and receiving, and seek the truth. So you're going through this kind of level amount of going forward, right? You're hitting every card, in other words. So you're going to hit every lesson too that comes with that. The lesson and the gift. So giving and receiving. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention before I pass this is the swords energy in traditional tarot. So this would have been the 5 of swords for any of you that like to know that kind of stuff. So that 5 of swords, that's a heavy energy, right? And it is challenging. Now this is going to be that 6 of coin. That's that even giving. We're giving because we have enough and we have an overabundance to where we're not running out for ourselves. And the receiving is happening because it's really needed, right? That's this balance. 6 is always a I choose feeling. So you're going to have to choose something maybe around this new moon as well, Pisces. What do you choose? Are you going to choose to believe in your commitment? Are you going to choose to abandon? Are you going to choose to defend? What do you choose? What's the giving and receiving that happens with your commitment? Is there a balance there? And, if this is a work commitment and you're giving too much, this is that moment saying, you're going to be challenged. Like, why are you still working there if you're not getting what you want? That's a challenge, right? Your commitment's being challenged. And maybe really checking with yourself and making sure, am I getting compensated correctly? Or am, in a relationship, why are you giving more or receive, and not receiving enough? It really feels like somebody's kind of going to have a realization or a clarity on something they don't feel like they're getting enough of. Okay. And that can really change the course of your path, Pisces, because when you realize that you aren't in line with what you joy and desire, what brings you joy and desire, you're going to move, right? A lot of people do, unless it's the devil energy where we're kind of chained to it. But this isn't a divine intervention thing. This is a choice. So you don't have to, defend your commitment. You don't have to do any of that, but it may be tested. And the choice of how much you give and receive and how you choose to handle these challenging times, it's a really big deal. I mean, this is really moving forward, but it feels like these are kind of together, right? These are kind of together. And we're going to go up to the 7 here. And this is great too, because this is going to be that wands energy. So we've got passion, we've got fire, and then we've got the 7 of wands. What is worth it? So this one, they're seeking the truth, right? In the 7 of wands in a regular tarot deck, it's more about like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to defend? Is it worth it to, make a decision and potentially lose some of this? Or, with passion, you always have to come back to what makes you feel good. What makes you feel good inside. And both of these cards kind of have that defensive feeling. 5s and 7s are, these are the chaos, and this is their companion. So not in all situations, because we have to have these darker moments just to figure it out, right? We have to have that comparison. And with you being a Pisces, you're going to feel this on a deep level. Some of these images and some of these words are going to touch you and make you realize that, yeah, maybe your commitment is being tested. And is it worth defending? You may get defensive, but is it worth defending? Seek the truth in the situation. And the only way we can seek the truth in the situation is to go inward. 7s are the path. This is the chariot energy. Get your head and your heart on board so that you can proceed forward. Okay, Pisces, because that's going to be really important around this time period, is to get on board with head and heart. And giving, receiving, being in the core of this is going to mean so much to different things to everybody, because some of you maybe are on the receiving end and some of you are maybe on the giving end, and some of you maybe are out of balance in the whole spectrum of this. And when we're out of balance and we're giving too much, or, over receiving, we can just feel really out of whack, and that can kind of mess us up. And if our commitment's being tested, you're not going to be ready if you're not solid inside with what you're doing. You're not balanced. You don't have your head and heart there. So what I like about the images on this card is instead of a bunch of coins like in the traditional tarot, everybody has light, and it's a sharing of light, and all these little hearts in the background are just these shadows, but it's beautiful. It's that light, it's that heart, it's that love. So finding out on this path what brings you that extra joy and love. Okay, seek that truth inside yourself. It's not saying go ask everybody you know about the reality of this commitment being tested. No, 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 no. Go inside. You already know the answer of what this means to you, Pisces, and it will be different for everybody. Everybody watching this is going to have a different perception, but it will line up with something you know. You know that a commitment's being tested. It might be challenging times right now for you. Giving and receiving seems to be the way out. Okay, balancing yourself and going inside to seek the truth. So let's put this into like a circle moon. And if you look at this, you're going to see how this works. Your commitment's being tested, challenging times, giving and receiving, seeking truth. You know, these beautiful things. It can even go the other way, right? In a lot of these situations, you're seeking the truth, giving and receiving, and maybe you get some hard times. And so your commitment's tested. So you seek the truth and you give and receive. It seems like that's the cycle you're going through right now, Pisces, with this new moon. So when you feel that, recognize it. Sit with those emotions, check them, see what they make you feel, because that's the whole point of these readings. It's so that you can check what you feel and then have a better way of making decisions and moving forward on your path and really living towards what makes you happy and addressing the things that don't, making those boundaries, right? So let's get one more card to kind of wrap this reading up for you, Pisces. Again, please subscribe. Brand new. I want to get the information out and even learn something, you know, the comments and stuff. I really want that. I want to be a part of that, and I want to learn and engage and really get the message out there that there is some good things that we can all do when we look inside. Self-realization. See how we feel about everything. That's the thing here. So, and you know, even with this Virgo energy, you're going to be looking at more details than usual. So be ready for that. When you're seeking that truth, you may get more detail than you expected. Your throat chakra is going to be opened up from this Virgo energy, and you may need to release, Pisces. You may need to speak your truth. When you're, you know, not only seek your truth, speak your truth, right? I know sometimes I cover the cards. I got to figure that out. I don't always do this on camera, you know? Okay. I wasn't feeling that one there, so keep going. Okay. Oh, awesome. We've got the Three of Cups. So celebrate, right? Overall, celebrate. This is that giving and receiving energy. I think that's the answer. That is the answer that you're looking for in this reading, is to give and receive and celebrate. Celebrate everything you've been through. Celebrate the decisions you've made up till now. Forgive yourself a little bit, right? This is that emotion. This is that feeling. This is you, Pisces. This is you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Come back next month and check out the energies. Again, subscribe and like, and have a good rest of your month.